Today we're talking about public infrastructures and services. The topic we're going over is USPS privatization, book bans for schools and libraries, and Ohio's lack of funding of public schools. Today we're going to be starting with the USPS privatization.
In 2024, USPS lost about $9.5 billion and $6.5 billion lost in 2023. This loss has caused Trump to suggest privatizing. He believed that it would be unsustainable and called for an overhaul. Privatizing USPS would be devastating to small businesses and rural communities. USPS is under a universal service obligation, meaning it will serve every address in the country consistently. Privatizing would remove this mandate, private companies prioritizing profit over service. This could lead to higher shipping fees, especially rural areas, but there's also an economic effect. USPS has over 635,000 workers, one of the largest employers in the country. Privatizing would mean many job losses or reduced benefits for employees. There has been a decrease in usage though, with the switch to digital communication, online banking/bill payments. In 2023, the use of first-class mail dropped to 45.98 billion, while in 2000 it was a high 103.5 billion. E-commerce companies would also be affected. For example, Amazon would no longer have discounted rates for bulk shipments, 2-day shipping, and higher product prices or subscription fees. Privatizing USPS would fix its financial losses, with the risk being that its role would no longer be universal service provider. For e-commerce companies, there would be no higher costs and slower service. While some may be able to transform their business, smaller businesses/individuals would still be affected.
On average, how much first-class mail is sent per year? A, 45.98 billion, B, 9.5 billion, C, 635,000, or D, 103.5 billion. The answer is A, 45.98 billion.
Next, we're going to be talking about Ohio's lack of funding for public schools.
Ohio public schools have been facing funding challenges for air conditioning and school supplies and support for special needs in their buildings. Over the past 3 decades, lawmakers have debated a policy aimed at addressing these funding issues, which has been deemed unconstitutional by both the Ohio Association and various lawmakers. Some Republicans argue that since the unconstitutional policy is no longer in use, it should not be used or should not be classified as unconstitutional in court. In 2021, a long-awaited measure was finally passed and received widespread support. This measure, known as the Cutt-Patterson-Fair School Funding Plan, mandates the additional $332 million per year for K-12 educational funding. The rollout of the SSFP is intended to take 6 years and aims to change how public dollars are allocated to schools, providing extra support to local districts. The first 2 years were partially funded, the next 2 were fully funded. We are now in the final 2 years of this plan. However, due to the budget cuts implemented by lawmakers, not all schools will receive this necessary support. As a result, teachers are experiencing issues with overcrowded classrooms and an increase in student numbers. With Donald Trump returning to office, he and his allies are proposed defunding the U.S. Department of Education through the executive order. Some Republican leaders in Ohio are encouraged by this administration's support by disbanding the agency. This anticipated cut to both state and federal funding raised concerns among teachers that our privatization of education is on the horizon, risking the most significant impact. But I'm having to privilege students.
What have Ohio public schools been facing funding challenges for? A, air conditioning, B, school supplies, C, support for special needs program, or D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above.
From 2021 to 2022 and 2022 to 2023, those years had a combined estimate of 5,894 book bannings. From 2023 to 2024, the book bannings have doubled at 10,046. So why are books being banned? Books are banned in an attempt to protect others from harmful information, but it's still censorship nonetheless. Books are banned because the material is sexually explicit, contains offensive language, or is unsuited for any age group. 57% of the books have sex-related themes or depictions and have been banned due to the call. 57% of books have sex-related themes or depictions and have been banned due to the call to censor sexual content. Many of these books include LGBTQ plus characters, 39%, and people of color, 44%. 60% of these books were written for young adult audiences and have depict the difficult topics such as grief, death, substance abuse, suicide, depression, mental health concerns, and sexual violence. 43% of these titles are being completely removed, making it inaccessible at the school, while before only 13% had been banned completely in 2021 to 2022 and 23% in 2022 to 2023. Only 9 authors accounted for 20% of all book bans in 2020. Most of these authors' books grapple with racism, explore gender identity, or depict sexual violence. Some of the most banned books are The Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Handmaid's Tale, and 13 Reasons Why. The states with the most banned books are Florida and Iowa with 4,561 and 3,671 respectively. So what's wrong with book bannings if it protects people? Many people believe that it's gone too far and is targeting minorities. Some also claim that these book bans are erasing text about slavery, Native American history, LGBTQ plus history, and sexual harassment prevention. There's also a negative impact on students. Limiting access to books that only have straight white characters can lead to students having a small worldview.
Did the book bannings from 2021 to 2024 double? A, true. B, false. A, true.